Greetings and welcome back to Curiosities Obscura. We're thrilled to have you with us for another exciting exploration. Please don't forget to like, click the bell icon, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest adventures. Now, without further ado, let's get started. It's a cool, moonlit night in the vast Arabian desert. The sand shifts underfoot as a faint breeze carries whispers through the dunes. In the distance, the flicker of an old lantern breaks the darkness, illuminating an ancient, weather-worn shrine. Silence surrounds you. Yet, in the quiet, you feel something. You can't see it, but you sense its presence. Something ancient, something unseen. You've just entered the world of Jinn. These beings, neither human nor angel, have roamed the earth since long before our time. Invisible to our eyes, they move between realms, their lives intertwined with ours, sometimes gently brushing against human existence, and at other times, colliding with it. Tonight, we explore these mysterious creatures, who they are, where they come from, and how they continue to influence the world around us. So, what exactly are Jinn? The word Jinn comes from the Arabic root Jen, or Jun, or Jan, which means to hide or to adapt. This is fitting, as these beings are hidden from human senses, existing in a parallel dimension that overlaps with our own. The singular form is jinni, but the plural form jinn is used more commonly in everyday speech. In Islamic tradition, jinn are said to live in places unseen by humans, deserts, caves, ruins, and even in the air around us. Beliefs about jinn are deeply rooted in pre-Islamic Arabian culture, where these entities were often thought to inhabit desolate places and natural landscapes like deserts and forests. People believed that jinn could shapeshift, appear as animals or human-like figures, and had the ability to possess people, animals, and even objects. They were seen as both protectors and tricksters, capable of great good and equally capable of great harm. When Islam emerged in the 7th century, the Quran provided a clearer theological framework for understanding jinn. No longer were they merely spirits haunting the wilderness or mischievous entities capable of leading travelers astray. They were acknowledged as sentient beings, created by Allah and, like humans, endowed with free will. This elevated the understanding of jinn from mere folklore to a crucial aspect of Islamic cosmology. The Quran talks about jinn in many places, explaining what they are, how they were created, and their connection to humans. One important section is from Surah Al-Hijr, which is the 15th chapter of the Quran. In verse 1527, it says that jinn were created from scorching fire. This means jinn are different from humans, who were made from clay, and angels, who were made from light. The idea that jinn are made from smokeless fire suggests they are more like energy or spirit, rather than physical beings like humans. In another chapter called Surah Al-Jinn, the 72nd chapter of the Quran focuses specifically on jinn. In this chapter, a group of jinn listens to the Prophet Muhammad reading from the Quran. They are so impressed by what they hear that they say, "We have heard a wonderful recitation. It guides to the right course, and we have believed in it." This shows that jinn can think and choose, just like humans can. Like humans, jinn are expected to make choices between good and bad actions. This means they are responsible for their actions and will be judged by Allah for what they do. Another important chapter is Surah Al-Dhariyat, the 51st chapter. This chapter talks about Allah's signs, the consequences of ignoring them, and stories of past prophets. In verse 51-56, it states, "And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me." This means that both jinn and humans are created to worship Allah, and they are both tested during their lives. The Quran teaches that jinn are not just mysterious creatures. They are sentient beings with a purpose, just like humans. There are several types of jinn mentioned in Islamic teachings and folklore, though it's important to note that there isn't a fixed or exhaustive list of classifications. This is because jinn, much like humans, are diverse and complex beings with free will, capable of existing across a wide spectrum of behaviors, beliefs, and forms. One common type is the Mu'minun al-Jinn, the believing jinn, who follow Allah and live righteous lives, much like devout humans. These jinn are often seen as protectors, guiding people toward righteousness. On the opposite end are the Kafir al-Jinn, disbelieving jinn who reject Allah's guidance and indulge in mischief and evil. The most famous of these is Iblis, who refused to bow to Adam and was cast out of paradise, becoming associated with Shaitan or Satan. Another group is the Shayateen, devils that actively work to corrupt and mislead humans. These jinn whisper evil thoughts into the hearts of people, promoting harm and chaos. Folklore also introduces us to jinn like the ghoul, a demon-like being or monstrous humanoid, often associated with graveyards and the consumption of human flesh. While the ghoul has roots in pre-Islamic tradition, the word remains in contemporary Arabic to describe a monstrous entity. Another type is the Afrit, powerful and cunning jinn often portrayed as malevolent, but not without the potential to be subdued by great forces, as seen in the Quranic story of Prophet Sulaiman or Solomon, when an Afrit offered to bring the throne of the Queen of Sheba, a biblical figure who visited King Solomon in Jerusalem to test his wisdom. Lastly, there is the Maad, a rebellious and prideful jinni, a type of powerful shaitan in Islamic traditions, known for its immense strength and arrogance. These jinn are often portrayed in tales where humans attempt to summon and control them, but such interactions are typically dangerous and fraught with risk. Overall, these types of jinn represent different facets of human fears, beliefs, and moral choices. Their diversity reflects the idea that, like humans, they possess ikhtiyar, free will, and are ultimately accountable to Allah for their actions. In Islamic culture, there are several rituals related to jinn. One common practice is ruqyah, which involves reciting specific verses from the Quran to protect against or expel harmful jinn. Similar to exorcism, a trained individual known as a rqa performs this spiritual healing for someone believed to be affected by jinn. Another important practice is the use of ta'weedh, protective amulets inscribed with Quranic verses. These amulets are worn or displayed to safeguard individuals from various harms, including those caused by jinn. It also serves as a broader spiritual defense against unseen dangers. In some cultures, offerings or invocations may be made to appease jinn, especially in rural areas where traditional beliefs remain strong. These practices highlight the intricate relationship between humans and jinn, reflecting a desire for harmony and protection. Fast forward to today, modern views on jinn vary widely. While traditional beliefs persist, contemporary interpretations often reflect psychological perspectives. In some communities, belief in jinn remains strong, with practices passed down through generations. Conversely, Jinn are sometimes seen as metaphors for psychological struggles or societal issues, with some psychologists framing historical beliefs as manifestations of distress or anxiety. The internet and popular culture have sparked renewed interest in Jinn, blending folklore with modern storytelling through online discussions and communities. Jinn continue to captivate audiences in literature, film, and folklore. In Western media, they are often romanticized as wish-granting spirits, diverging from traditional Islamic beliefs that emphasize their complexity, as seen in Disney's classic movie Aladdin, which draws inspiration from the tales in 1001 Nights, or Arabian Nights, or 𝓙𝓲𝓷𝓷, which is a collection of Middle Eastern folk tales compiled in the Arabic language during the Islamic Golden Age. In these timeless stories, Jinn are depicted as powerful beings that can grant wishes or bring misfortune, showcasing their dual nature. Islamic literature portrays Jinn as complex entities that reflect moral lessons and human struggles. Modern series like Netflix's Jinn, 2019, and the movie 3,000 Years of Longing, 2022, tries to explore these themes, bridging cultural divides while highlighting the rich tapestry of Jinn lore. As we step back from the mysterious world of Jinn, we are reminded that these beings, both feared and revered, are woven into the fabric of our stories, our fears, and our dreams. From the enchanting tales of 1001 Nights to the dazzling adventures of Disney's Aladdin, Jinn spark our imagination and challenge our understanding of the unseen. And with that, we conclude our exploration into the captivating world of Jinn. Join us in our next venture on Curiosities Obscura, quenching your thirst for curiosity as we continue to showcase the curiosities, oddities, and mysteries that shape our world. Until then, may your curiosity illuminate your path.
Thank you.